Division 2. So tonight's matchup is #Believe, or # if you're over the age of 20, and Tiffany and Company.
Number believe works too, right?
Yeah. Number sign believe. Tiffany&Co. Tiffany&Co, which I'm guessing stands for Tiffany and Company. So we will be on Kurstala. We do know the map. So it'll be interesting to see why this map's picked. Normally, this isn't a map you see picked by a lot of teams right away. One round of, so this is a best of one. They might be taking this map because it's more comfortable pick, or they feel like they have the lockdown on globals and stuff like that, which is a good thing to do. If you know you have the lockdowns, to just go ahead and do it.
If you come up with a winning comp that seems to work for you, then this map could be really strong. Because for most other people, they don't really like playing on it, and maybe just if you're strong on the map, most people don't like playing on it, and that may just play in your favor. I don't know.
Yeah, I totally believe that, and a lot of times on this one, you are gonna prioritize. You're gonna prioritize the globals. Like Dahaka is really highly picked on this map. Falstad really highly picked. This is even a map where you see that niche Abathur pick. So that could be something we see pop out. Abathur is strong. This is one of his stronger maps because it's so tall and so hard for people to rotate. So he can get a lot of value out of pushing.
Yeah, definitely. If you can make that Abathur work. Which team was it that chose this map?
So Tiffany and Co. chose this map.
Tiffany and Company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what they bring to the table then.
Yeah, and we have casted Tiffany and Company before. This is our first time casting #Believe, but Tiffany and Company, we saw good things out of them last time we cast them, and I remember their name. So if I remember their name, they must have been a quality team that showed us some stuff. So it'll be cool to see what they can bring to the table here and what #Believe will do to kind of counteract this map pick that Tiffany and Company has done.
It'll all come down to the draft for sure. Global is extremely powerful on this map, like you said. Really interesting. Really interested to see how this will go.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get teams lined up. Cupcake to team 1. And I was
in exchange for...
I'm guessing Dr. Booper. What are all these people coming? Dave is not invited. We need Dave. Totra is not one of us. Oh, okay. Totra.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the...
I have their list up, but I don't see, like, none of their player names match what they are. So let's see who... Like, I have Atticus, Ghost Summon, Small Fundamentals, and T-Funny. Okay. Let's see. Let me give them the link to this.
Mm-hmm. You're right, his names match up. Justin matches up.
Okay, they both said ready. So team's good, ready, yep. Okay, here we go. So we're going to get started. So yeah, we expect globals to be prioritized here pretty heavily. Normally you see a quick Ragnaros ban. Ragnaros is still strong on this map just because this is ability to quickly get lanes pushed, and his presence on a keep can just stop the curse for the entire time he controls the keep. So you often see him banned just so they don't get that ability to delay the keeps.
And that fatty Sulfura Smash. And we do see them hovering the rag ban right off the bat, just like you said. No surprise here. Extremely powerful hero.
Yeah. We got to transition it to the ban. There we go. Yeah, so the rag ban is getting hovered right now. We'll see what they decide to do with it. I think that's a totally great ban early on, and it's something you want to do, is get rid of rag if you don't plan on taking it. And I would completely expect out of the other team a Dahaka ban to come, just because of the strength of Dahaka for that same presence of being able to rotate around. You want to get rid of that. If they do, don't let Dahaka slide. You have to take Falstead to counter him.
Yep, Dahaka's definitely the top tier global these days. Especially on a tall map like this. Falstead can't quite make it the whole way, while Dahaka certainly has many bushes to go to.
Mm-hmm. Very true, very true. Yeah, they did take out some bushes on Sky Temple. I don't know if that's something they're going to address to other maps. Curse does have a lot of bushes.
They are, and I think I saw a note in one of the patch notes recently that Sky Temple is the first of a wave of bushes they want to remove. I think they're trying to make the game a little more beginner-friendly in some instances, because people aren't used to that many bushes on maps, and sometimes there's an excessive amount. You know, there's 3 or 4 that you have to check, and you don't have that many abilities. It becomes more of a hassle.
We
Trying to rotate safely.
And we do see a Lucio ban, and Lucio is another hero on this, or hero that's popular right now, just because of his ability to get your whole team around quickly. And on this map, that can be a powerful tool to be able to rotate quickly and get to the curse pretty quick. And then we see a first pick ETC. That's interesting.
That's very interesting after the tank changes. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know. Have the ability, auto attack, which, and I guess ETC is one of the tanks that wasn't changed, so it doesn't matter too much. But I would almost expect them to go double tank as a result of that.
Yeah, and that leaves up Dahaka. That leaves up Falstead. You leave up Mouth. Like, you're leaving a lot of picks out there taking that first pick ETC. ETC is one of the best tanks, but you lose a lot of value in other areas by taking that ETC, so I wonder if that's going to hurt them. And we see that
I agree. While ETC is one of the top tier tanks, the tank pool nowadays seems to be fairly deep. You can make a lot of things work, and there's no need to first pick ETC. Especially if you're planning on taking Mosh, then it's really easy to counter it as a first pick.
Yeah, you're right. It is really easy to do it, and you got to be careful about it.
And right off the bat, we see Melf and Falstead. So we'll have to see if Believe picks up the Dahaka here, or if they're going to decide the global slide.
Yeah, I think you got to go with the early Dahaka. I mean, maybe you didn't want to take it this early, but with the fear of not getting a global to counteract Falstead, you have to. I mean, you could risk it, not take it, and maybe get a Brightwing later on. But the global on this map is so powerful and the ability to rotate that I think if you're not taking them, you have to have a really solid reason why you're not taking a global here if they don't take a Dahaka.
Oh, looks like we're not going to get a Dahaka.
Yeah, Artanis Jaina. Huh. I want to believe. I
mean, swaps into a Jaina can be extremely powerful, and if you maybe have ETC on the backline waiting for the Mosh post-swap, it's a little bit harder to deal with, but Gus still has an incredibly long range, so...
Yeah, that's true. They have the ability to kill people, and they have the ability to get swaps, and if they can swap into ETC slide into Jaina blow up, they're going to get a lot of kills. But Falstad being able to rotate super quick, they can even pick up Dahaka here. They could ban a Brightwing, pick up Dahaka, and they now have secured all the globals. Except for ETC maybe getting Stage Dive, which is such a long cooldown compared to Flight and Burrow that I don't know.
It's about a Burrow and Flight are what, on a 50-second, 45-second cooldown?
45 initially, yeah.
I believe Stage Dive is on a 70-second cooldown.
Yeah,
so
almost, yeah. So just like 25 seconds more. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but that becomes a big issue. We do see the Rhaegar ban, which is one of the better healers that's still left on the table for #Believe to take. So I think that's a fine ban. And then we're seeing a KT hover here, and I think KT against Artanis is a really strong pick. So banning KT, if they want to just be able to blow up and not be interrupted, I think blocking out KT is a good choice.
It's the interrupt and the special delivery bombs from an Artanis swap that can bring them back into your team.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're good with KT, you can lift Artanis as he dives in, and then now Artanis is dead without the swap happening.
Yeah, if you can get that lift off, absolutely. And and another point I wanted to make is that if they go for this Artanis swap, Jaina blow up combo, it can all be ruined so easily by a Falstad just blowing them all away. That
Yeah, or if
even if they do pull it off, they have potential to just have it all blow up in their face. So
yeah, or the ever dangerous swap the Malfurion. Malfurion silences your whole team.
yeah.
We don't do any damage for 3 seconds. I'll see a Gray Man and so they go for high disrupt. Like Anubrak is so good at disrupting Artanis or Jaina, even Artanis and ETC. So I like the Anubrak pick against Jaina with a mage. You have now a strong disruption person that can take some damage from that front line. If you get swapped, you can just burrow out. And then the Greymane pick is really good against Jaina also.
Yep, Greymane's seen a resurgence of late, it seems, or maybe people that love playing him are just willing to again. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I think the Curse Bullet changes are a big reason that happened. Now it just says that 33% of your health, whatever your health is, it does 33% damage on it. So if you shoot a tank at full health, it chunks them. So that's what we're seeing of Greymane resurgence, that popularity, and just you chunk them with a bullet and then you dive in and finish them off.
I guess I just pay more attention to the tank patch notes.
Yeah.
Looks like I need to be looking at other plays because that sounds devastating.
Yeah, it is. It's been a pretty good talent. It's a really quick cooldown, like 45 seconds or something.
Ooh.
Oh, I like this.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. 2 not common picks, but together the damage is going to be ridiculous with Uther and Zul'jin, and Anubrak just gets torn up by Zul'jin. I've seen it several
I remember
times.
when Zul'jin first came out, we were trying all sorts of tailors to see what synergized best, and I think we ended up at Uther being the best synergy with Zul'jin's Taz Dingo.
Yeah, exactly. You can Taz Dingo, or vice versa. You can ult him first with a Divine Shield, and then he can Taz Dingo immediately once Divine Shield drops. So,
yep,
just very
works
good.
Either way.
Very, very good synergy and comboing. And Divine Shield makes him not just invulnerable, it makes him immune, so he can't be stunned or knocked up.
And he's just sitting there, and he'll be throwing those axes your way.
Yeah. And then we see the Murden final pick, which I think Murden rounds out their comp really well. Tiffany&Co, Murden slows down Zul'jin's attack speed enough and gets that stun off that you can have some disruption with him. You might be able to get that backline and throw some more disruption.
Yep, and if you have an Anubrak that's going to be sitting on Jaina, you definitely need another frontline tank that's going to be protecting your team, peeling for that Zul'jin. And that lets Anubrak do his job, too. Who would you give the draft to in this case?
I was going to give it to Tiffany & Company with that global from Falstead, but I think that #Believe is going to have enough damage to tear through whoever dives in. If they can coordinate that damage and those stuns and lockdown, I believe... They have Divine Mosh too. That's something else that we can still see. I believe that #Believe has a better comp. I believe.
I will have to agree pending execution. You want to go ahead and introduce the blue team?
Yeah, and on blue team we have Jestrin on Zul'jin, Yummy Cupcakes on Jaina, Dagny on Uther, Dave, DAV on ETC, and Lumpico on Artanis.
And on the red team for Tiffany Company, we have Sven on the Murden, Ghostuman on Anubrak, Fundamentals on Greymane, Swaguman on Falstead, and T-Funny on the Malfurion.
Yeah, and it looks like we will see some early esports. This does benefit Tiffany & Company because they have that global to rotate the lane quickly if they don't lose anyone here. But he flies mid. Oh, he's going for the Q stacks.
Yep.
He does
an ability damage build.
And a quick dive in. Ooh, a swap just misses the Greymane. Now, I'm surprised Falstad. Normally you don't see that flying early, unless you're going to try to build up a couple Q stacks, and he didn't even throw the Q out. He waited to get the bush.
Waited a bit too long for that Zul'jin to get right in front of his face. Yep. Jaina is caught out a little bit here. Falstad's going to get a bit of damage on her. She gets rotated out, zoned out by Murden.
And this is a rough engage here. They did get some damage out. They got a lot of damage on Zul'jin and Jaina, but they were able to throw the damage back onto Tiffany and company. So just to kind of showing that, hey, we're here to play. We know what we're doing. We're going to put some damage out we can, and we know how to rotate. So good job on both teams to show that they're kind of coordinated enough to keep themselves alive but do damage.
You see a rotation down from Greymane onto this Artanis.
No, he tried to do that tricky swap.
You can see pressure on wall already from the side of Believe on this mid wall.
Yeah, and that's that. Oh, and they do get a slide through on Murden and a cut, but he'll be able to jump away and get away from this. But Nubrak is coming in. He dives in. They don't have any damage here, but we'll see if they can put out a
follow up route.
Uther does get a stun off, and Zul'jin, they just don't have the damage with them. I mean, they can't get a kill with a Nubrak rotating around. I think what has to happen is that Greymane needs to be the one rotating, and probably Murden or Nubrak goes bottom.
Yeah, Murden would probably end up in kind of a stalemate with Artanis, with the Artanis shields and the Murden self-heal. Murden did go block in that third win, which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we're seeing the Falstad losing to Jaina top. Like, Falstad should be able to win that matchup if he preserves his Q correctly and works it. We do see a quick rotation by fundamentals onto the camp, practicing those good fundamentals of getting the camp before that first tribute spawn.
Which the first tribute should be spawning in the next 30 seconds or so, usually between 2 and 3 minutes to see that first spawn.
Yeah, and I think that's just good. He did take the camp a little early, but the tribute should be spawning shortly. So it won't matter. It might just give blue team a little more time to respond to it.
You just gotta hope for the RNG at that point that the tribute ends up top lane.
And it ends
it's
up
going to be bottom.
Yeah. So remember, Falstad can take his time rotating down because he has that flight. Jaina needs to rotate down now to make sure she gets there in time.
And she was low, so it looks like Falstad did end up winning that lane.
Murden is in a bad spot. Okay, he gets out.
And it's already channeling for it, and Nubrak gets the interrupt.
Falstad flies in. It is a 5v4 shortly, so they can get an advantage here. But Nubrak does dive in. A little miscommunication on where their damage is. They're split onto Zul'jin and Uther, but they're getting good damage out. Jaina has joined the party, though, and she is coming in with the Frostwave and Blink. Now she takes down Greymane, but Uther is getting low.
Really
Mouth is
low.
putting out the damage, and Nubrak dives through, but he is also getting low. Nubrak gets a rejuve. He drops, so Uther does drop, so we have 2 for 1 right now, and Artanis is stuck. But Uther does that good healing when he dies, so he can heal the team right back up. We do see a slide through on Falstad. Falstad's walking away, and he's going to get out. But now it is a 4v3, so they have to be careful about staying here any longer.
Look at the side of Believe, everyone's starting to run out of mana a bit. Jaina, it looks like she's getting caught up by this Murden over here.
I mean, Greymane has rejoined the party, so... But Murden is in... Ooh, Murden has just enough mana to dive out.
Murden's low, he's going to go ahead and sip.
Yeah. A well-placed cocktail here could kill Jaina. Okay, Jaina gets a little heal. And we are getting another re-engage. This is a 5v5. The Nubrak dives deep. Zul'jin is dropping quickly. A nice
blocks and engaged by Nubrak. They're just on 3 of Believe's team.
Yeah, and that root does amazing root followed by the Nubrak. So just a great follow-up of abilities and stuns. Greymane's able to go in there and just queue the entire team and wreck them with that Ravaging Claw and the Gildane cocktail.
Up in the first tribute ends up going over to Tiffany&Co, and they do get the bottom port as a result as well.
Yeah, and the surprising thing is I thought Tiffany and Company had lost that, and they were able to get advantage with the siege camp and still get the tribute. So really good job by them to just come back, get there. Even when I thought it was lost, they were able to come back in, recognize they were low mana, and get value out of that first tribute.
And I think that's the value with the Falstad Global, because I believe he died initially in the engagement, but he was able to, with the short death timers, fly right back in and re-engage.
And we will see both teams rotate 2 camps, which is the right thing for them to do. Next tribute is random still. The first one was bot, so it could be bot or top until we see the next one spawn.
And we do see Tiffany Company just soaking every lane right now.
Yeah, and that, they did miss another wave top, so they're down right now. Believe is down about a level and a half. And that power of the global is just really hurting them.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time.
And we do see another tribute spawn bottom, so this will favor don't hashtag believe because of that camp pushing top.
Fawcett is low on the top lane. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hearth and fly in here.
We do see a quick rotation by Malfurion. He might get this before anyone can get there to stop him.
And indeed he does.
Yeah, they do have a 5v4 now though, so they got to be careful about trying to come back in on this.
They should not re-engage here. It's not the best idea for them.
Yeah. Falstad does back, and he does have flight up, so he can come back in, but it may be too late by the time he gets in. Really good kill. Zul'jin drops though, and we might see Greymane drops
as well.
Falstad is
finally makes it down.
Yeah, it might be too late. I believe it is, and so they'll get a 2-for-1, but they do lose tribute. Oh, they re-engage on Falstad. They're going a little deep for this. And that was the power of Falstad though, was just to be able to clear that top camp, and they still got the tribute. So even though they lost, they're going to secure 10 here very quickly.
Jumping on the side of Believe, I would say they need to split lanes and clear that bottom, get all the silk that they can for them to catch up on levels here.
Yeah, and I think that was that plan with those 2 towers, is to close that level gap a little bit, and you have Zul'jin soaking bottom here, so that should close the level gap just enough for them to close in 10 before the next tribute spawn.
Absolutely. You can see rotation up on Jaina and ETC.
I am surprised to see Locust Swarm. Oh, we do see a rotation on Jaina. Jaina does get knocked up, and Greymane jumps on her. Super good coordination on their abilities to blow up Jaina there. But as I was saying, I'm super surprised to see Locust Swarm when I think that you could, a good web onto the Zul'jin when he pops Taz Dingo could be so valuable.
That's true, but at the same time, if that Anubarak is trying to get onto the backline to get onto that Jaina and disrupt her, then the best thing to do is Locust Swarm, because you're going to be separated from your healer and the rest of your team.
Anubarak is sniffing this out. Will he get here in time? He burrows in. This is dangerous. He is all alone. He's on the point though with the Insect Swarm. He gets pushed off the point. He's gonna drop. His team was just not wearing. Even with a Falstad, they should be able to get a team wipe out of this. Good gust.
Uther is down. He cannot Divine Shield that Taz Dingo. And you see, nice turn.
Yeah, very good turn.
Clean up that boss now.
I think they did miss an opportunity though. If they were paying a little more attention, Anubarak, Falstad should have been able to fly down there with the rest of the team rotating in to kind of secure that boss. So that was surprising to see the rest of the team not rotate just a little bit faster. But I think Red Team's going to get way more advantage out of this boss than Blue will get out of taking the boss. Because a curse does happen to it.
Kind of a risky call, taking the rip before the curse there.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, it makes sense if they can get it and get out, but yeah, you're in super danger. If you lose that boss, you probably lose the keep. You know, keep, fort, everything. And they were able to get the boss, but now they're in a really bad position because of all their front forts down, and they're down a whole level now. And Believe will be able to, or Tiffany&Co will be able to secure this boss really quickly.
You see Mirren out, scouting out. Believe sees this, but it's just a fraction too late.
Yeah. I think that global is coming into huge play here, and them not taking Dahaka, we're noticing the ability and the power of that global from Falstad. And if I would be surprised to see a Falstad fly over and gust here. I think it'd be really powerful to do at this point.
He's running out of space to do it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to.
I think they're making the safe play here.
Yeah. They do have to be careful if that swap comes through once that wall is down.
This would be a new hard engage here.
Oh!
The village gets nuked down.
Yeah, it's blown up. And a good invulnerable and a gust. That was a really good gust and invulnerable and cleanse that by the Malfurion to just keep Greymane out of harm's way. And then the Falstad gust to just disengage as soon as they got what they wanted. Tiffany & Company is playing like a team that just knows what they want to do and is really coordinated in what they're doing, so their abilities are just lined up and they're not overlapping. They're doing them so well. It's just being so powerful right now.
As you see them backing up, just taking some camps. Murder's going down for that siege. Probably taking 3 gears to do so. Hopefully somebody helps him out with that. Believe is doing the same thing on their side. Just making the safe plays for now. Tiffany&Co still has that comfortable level lead. And you see the next tribute spawning. Once again in the bottom lane.
Yeah, nothing's too surprising coming out of their talent builds. Icy Veins and Arcane Intellect. It's a little weird to see Arcane Intellect. Normally with Winter Reach you see the Frostbolt Pierce, but it's, you know, to each their own on this one. We should see a good engage here. They're even talent tiers, and this is the time they need to engage and fight.
We do have Mosh ready to go. Ring of Frost is up now. All the ults are ready from the side of the lead.
Yeah, and really good damage coming out on the Greymane. He is getting low. Nubrak goes into disrupt, but Artanis gets invulnerable really early on and has to put down Fresh Bolts to save himself. But Nubrak gets the lift up. A good Frost Ring.
Nice Ring of Frost.
Yeah. And the Gust comes out just a little too late to save Murden, but they are low, so they need to get topped off. The other team can re-engage this, I think. Okay, they're backing up. Tiffany&Co just happy with what they got. They have the advantage not to give away too much, so good job by Believe to kind of bring themselves back into this and get that kill and the tribute, the first tribute of the game.
Not really well played by them there. Good ult synergy, and they made it happen.
Yeah, very good. Very good for Ring of Frost. The awesome invulnerability and protection on Tazdingo, or on Zul'jin, just really well done. So Believe still got some life left in them and proving that this game isn't out of the reach yet. They can still come back. And this is one curse in your favor can reset this entire structured race onto your side.
Absolutely. They just need to be careful here, but it looks like Tiffany&Co is going to pick up 16 here shortly. And they do not want to engage into a 16-tier advantage team.
Yeah. And Artanis has been missing his swaps, and I think that's one thing that if they start landing, we might see a couple more kills popping, and they might be able to get the advantage or pick that they need to bring this game in.
If he's inverted down here, you might get caught out completely.
He gets stunned when he jumps. He does not have a jump right now, and he is shrunk. They should be able to secure the kill here if they...
They're going to get murdered as a result, but they might be giving up the tribute as well because they're too far removed from that.
Yeah, and I think that's completely fine with the boss down here. You know the tribute's not going to give them the curse. You don't have 16 yet. You get that murder and kill and you secure this boss. Very good job.
False channeling on that tribute, but he can't fly down to gust them out.
Yeah, I think it's a very good job by Believe to just kind of get their picks, try to secure 16, get that boss, and get a quick kill. Now you're right back in this game. This game is definitely catchable. You can win this. You can come back and make this a game that you were out of, 2 minutes ago.
No, but we do see them pushing down with the spawns. This is good sport. That'll get them one foot closer to 16. We do see a Nubarak behind them.
Yeah.
Not sure I like this move.
Yeah. Until Murden gets there, they shouldn't do this. And Tiffany&Co, they have 16. They could take an engage here if they get the opportunity to, because they still have that 16 advantage.
They do see Murden, yeah, for Nubrak, sorry.
4-man stunned by a Nubrak, but he's kind of left in no man's land with the boss zoning both teams out.
Oh.
Was that a cleanse by Malf?
Possibly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looked like it went down and just didn't swap him, so that was an amazing cleanse by Malf to not get swapped there. 16 is reached by both teams, but Believe is getting really low. I think they need to back up, try to get healed up before this tribute happens, and then try to take a fight on the tribute, or maybe even a party bush. Artanis just barely missing those swaps. Ooh, a heavy engage on Murden.
Fully engage on Murden. Jaina is getting low, but seems like heals it up a bit.
Nothing is going to save you from that, Murden. That was a crazy amount of damage done really quickly. If I was Falstad, I'd fly over and grab this tribute right now. It's going to be too late in about 2 seconds. Yeah, it's now too late for him to go over.
He does decide to fly top and get that soak instead. They've given up this tribute.
Which either one, I mean, this tribute's not going to get them a curse, but it does force your team now. You have to fight for the next curse, regardless of what's happening, because it will give them the final tribute, which will give them the curse. So this forces you to fight for it. If you got this one, you could secure your boss when the next one spawns or something, but makes it a lot more. You lose a choice at a later on time. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them when this next tribute spawns.
I wonder if we're going to see an engage on this top boss. That's the only camp that's left, and we do see Believe rotating up towards it.
Yeah, and we are on even talent tiers with 16. We do see give them the axe out of Murden, so they're trying a straight up blow up on this team.
Murden a little caught out here.
Yeah, and another missed swap by Artanis. He just thrown the swaps out just a little too late, and he's missing the people he's trying to get. That would have been an instant kill on Greymane if he was able to land that swap.
Looks like we'll see a disengage from both sides here.
Hey, missed this swap. Man, Artanis is just barely short. Needs to get a longer phase prism to be able to get these swaps. We do see...
Looks like they're trying to bait that boss again.
Yeah, they have a chance here on Zul'jin if they can get that rotate. They do get him knocked up. And another interrupt. A lot of damage going out.
Tezdenko comes out. See the Divine Shield follow-up?
No, he was silenced, but really good Divine Shield on ETC to get the mosh. Woo! Great turnaround. Nubrak going back in. This is still a 3v3. This is going to be a close one. They're getting low without a healer. Swap just misses again. And they have to fight this now. Red team cannot give this up. And this is where it comes back to be an issue. But they are getting good damage out on Jaina. Dang, give him the axe.
Up, I suppose.
Yeah, they gave him the axe all right. And Meriden not letting up. He is putting out so much damage with that give him the axe talent. Nubrak does get swapped though, and he is low. Falstead flies in though. He is not full health, but he's got abilities, and he can do some damage here. They are splitting, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think they need to focus down one target and get that damage off.
Artanis does pick off Falstead here. From the looks of it, we will have a curse go to the side of Believe.
Mouth is up if he can rotate back here quickly, but their whole team is up. And I think, man, it forced you to fight because you didn't get that last curse, and now you have a curse against you because you were forced to fight when you didn't want to. And just a lack of focus fire caused some issues there, and I think that Tiffany & Company made a mistake last fight not getting that curse with Falstead flying over.
We do see the levels about even here.
We'll see if they try to go in for this fight. It is a 3v4, but Boss has put some damage out.
Falstead is not up. They're not flying in for a few seconds.
We see Quills. They're so close. Wow. That was, they took a 3v4. It was risky. And the power of Taz'Dingo and Divine Shield shows shows what it can do right there. They get two people really low, but they can't kill them because of those two abilities. And this push is going to be devastating for Tiffany & Company.
We do see a nice swap coming out, but Nubrak immediately burrows back.
Yeah.
Not the ideal target for that.
And we should see this fall, and if they get another kill, they can end this game. Maybe even without that boss's full health.
That boss is still sitting pretty at full health, yeah.
Sometimes this boss does head mid if that cannon
Jaina
shoots.
is out quite a bit. I would like to see her behind her.
There it goes. The boss messing himself up. Yeah,
Boss is not sure where to go.
Yeah, this is the boss bugs on top sometimes. This does happen. So they have to be careful here because they're in a bad spot. But they do have that core at 51%, and this is a core rush. The Nubrak does go in. They get a good kill on a Nubrak. Greymane is putting out the damage. And we have kills. Kills are getting chained now. That core is at 27%. Falstead getting the damage out. The Ice Block comes down. We have a Ring of Frost. Mirrodin gets low. The core is at 11%. Core is dropping. ETC putting damage on the core, and whoa!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
With no help from the boss that they worked so hard to get.
And that's that problem with that boss, but that was amazing.
Takes the game and the best of one series.
Yeah, and tremendous effort by Believe just to get that damage, know what they were doing, and be able to put just enough on the core there. I honestly thought they were going to get wiped at that last second there, and with the boss on the wrong spot. I don't think they would have lost from the wipe, but it would have been a lot different scenario if that wipe would have happened. But great job by Believe to kind of press that advantage with that combo Divine Shield and Taz'Dingo. Like that combo won them the boss, and from there, moving to the boss, they were able to push all the way into core.
Yep, and it's a hard decision there to engage on that boss, being outnumbered. I mean, the enemy team has taken some damage, but that's where Zul'jin thrives. You know, he's close to 20-40% health, and with that Divine Shield up, it's extremely dangerous.
Yeah. It is, and they took the engage at 3v4. I don't think you need to secure that boss to like as Tiffany and Company, I think you can let the boss go and you can defend, and that's not going to be that big of an issue. But they went in there, and losing those 3 people caused them to lose the game and not secure a kill. If they're able to secure a kill on Zul'jin before he's able to pop his ult, you can win it. But they weren't able to do that, and so the game does go to believe. Who do you think, if you had to pick an MVP, who do you think it would be in this game, Marvin?
I'm not sure whether to give it to Zul'jin or Uther in this case, because it seems like they were just buddy-buddy there. Zul'jin did get his Taz Dingos off without Uther at times and seemed to get great value out of those, so I will go ahead and give it to Jestrin on the Zul'jin.
Yeah, I think Zul'jin did a really great job getting the value and damage. Uther being Uther, is not known for the best healer in the game because his heals are so single targeted and weak. But if you look at his healing numbers, he's doing 12,000 more healing than Malfurion. So that's really good job on Uther to just get out that healing, do really good. So I'm gonna give it to the lesser person who normally you don't see it, is that a healer, and the Uther. So good job on Dagny to just get those heals out and get those shields out when they need to be done. So I give my MVP to Uther, but I think Zul'jin, you could have a great case to do and give him the MVP.
I can certainly respect that opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely a good game by both teams. Great watching you guys. It was really back and forth early on. We saw the power of the global early on. They took huge advantage of that, being able to rotate and get that experience lead. But that combo, and we called it, you called it too, the Uther Shield, Divine Shield Mosh, or Divine Shield into Taz Dingo was just too much for their team to handle.
Yeah, and we did see Uther use the Divine Shield on that ETC to get that Mosh off once. Now, I'm not sure if that was a misclip because Zul'jin was right next to ETC and he was low and he did go down. But, I mean, at that point, it works either way.
Yeah, I agree. And they did, like the one time where he did, Tazdinga or Zul'jin went down, Uther right before he died was able to get a Divine Shield on ETC, and he had a 3-man Mosh with it. They weren't able to interrupt it because of Divine Shield, and so they got the kills that way. And it worked out having both those strats worked out for them, so. Good job on their team comp and good communication. They were able to rotate and get their abilities off really well.
Yeah, very good games.